according to Anthony and Pat Bev, there's been a lot of competition, and
Oh yeah,
it's gone well. Pat Bev said he's been on the winning side almost every time. Is that true?
absolutely. You know, he's a competitor, man. And the energy, his ability to be vocal with no matter who you are on the roster. You know, he's battle proven, battle tested, and man, it's been a great addition. I mean, just the energy he brings. He wakes up the young guys, wakes up the vets. You know, and he's competitive. He can still play at a very, very high level. So, on both ends of the floor, smart basketball player. Um, just his hustle is contagious. I mean, he's been a great addition.
AD said it was Braun Russell himself. He kind of forgot the other two. Is that by design, or can we share yet some of the combinations, or are you just looking at everything?
I'm just looking at everything, man, seeing what fits. You know, with a small lineup with Braun at the 4, AD at the 5, a traditional lineup. You know, Russ. We hadn't paired Russ and Pat Bev together just yet, but I mean, we've been throwing all type of lineups together out there. K. Nunn has been with him some, Damian Jones and Wenyan Gabriel, Thomas Bryant. You know, we've been rotating people all over the place just to see. You know, you probably have to go to about 3 or 4 different lineups during the course of a game, but have really 2 to 3 solid ones. But it just comes down to mixing and matching players. But they've adjusted to it well, and they've adjusted and kept it rolling. So made the best of it. And it's been a good camp thus far.
Darvin, when you get this job over the summer, you start thinking about who do I have in my Rolodex
Yeah.
so I can bring through. How quickly does Ben Wallace's name come to you? and what did you have him kind of talk to the team, or did he just observe?
No, he just observed. He and Derek Fisher were here today, and I appreciate those guys coming and observing and giving me a little bit of feedback. But Ben and I, man, we've been best of friends since we first played together in 1997 with the Washington Wizards. Both of our second years in the league, and he's just been a real trustworthy friend, an honest guy. Talked about the energy in the building, how contagious it was, and Derek said the same thing, and they're both excited for me. And Ben and I have been through some wars together, won championships together, so. And again, we're lifelong friends, lifelong brothers for that matter. And just to have him come out, spend a few days with me, it's been great.
I'd imagine his sort of the way he played the game is probably the way you'd like to see. I don't know if I'm guessing at that, but it's like, you know, that type of tenacity on defense and stuff like that. Do you see that in anybody? Who do you see that most, I guess, maybe on this team?
Man, you ever watch Ben Wallace?
Yeah.
I wouldn't even try to hold anybody's feet to that fire, man. Like, you talking about a guy undrafted, goes on to make the Hall of Fame, 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, world champion. Like, I mean, hopefully they get close. Like, maybe in the same galaxy, but not on the same planet. But no, you know, he's one that's gonna give you good words of advice. It was, you know, I saw him and Brian and some other guys greeting each other early on when he first arrived, and you know, just his competitiveness and that no quit mentality is what I would love for my players to adopt first and foremost.
Darvin, what does the AD's skill set on the defensive end allow you to do as a coach in terms of building a defense around that?
I mean, just his ability to be back. You know, we play a pick and roll coverage that's called center field, and it requires the big that's in the pick and roll to be back, and just trying to force guys into tough contested twos. And he can do that, protect the rim. He can also get up and move his feet. You know, we'll definitely have a package in our pick and roll defense where it requires us to switch. And you know, we're more than comfortable with him switching on the smaller players. But it's just the terminology and just different scenarios where he's been asking questions, and he's great about that. Like, you can see the eagerness in his eyes. Like, he wants to learn. He wants to be on the same page with everyone else in terms of how we communicate those coverages. So it's been good. It's been really good.
We were asking you a little. Oh, I was going to say, we were asking you a little bit about the blue boxes yesterday. I think that was sort of an iconic thing in Milwaukee, right? Everyone kind of knows about that now. But
Absolutely.
What's the balance of, you know, you have 3 guys who at one point or another have basically run their own teams in a certain way. What's the balance of giving them a little leash and organic flow to kind of dictate offense on theirs, and then say, okay, at this point, then we got to go to the 4 out one end?
Yeah, I mean, when the game slows down in the latter stages of it, like late third, fourth quarter, close games, overtime. Then you slow down and you really try to, you look at the whole picture and you see who's having a night, and you try to, explore different options with that particular player or those particular players. But to initiate your offensive game going into a game, that's what these boxes are for. That's what the spacing is for. We bring them out. We give them the different calls in our movement offense, our early offense, and we allow them to just play free and play basketball. The key to that spacing, the key to the early offense, it's the running habits, it's the spacing, and it's the willingness to move the ball and move your body, not to just stand there holding the ball for multiple seconds or taking 3, 4, 5, 6 dribbles in one spot. Like, everything has to be a quick decision. Either dribble it, pass it, drive it, pass it, or shoot it. And just giving them different options out here thus far in training camp, where different screening angles should come from, and different DHO opportunities to play 2-man game or even a 3-man game.
Darvin, you spent a couple of months now probably trying to figure out exactly what you're going to see on the court.
Yep.
Have you seen anything from either an individual or guys that make you think, all right, we can expand this a little bit, this guy's a little better than I thought?
Yeah, LeBron is not from this planet. That's for damn sure. AD is just his ability to pass, and it's funny, you see AD working on different things within the practice setting. We know he can score. We know he can get it in the post and do what he needs to do, but just his ability to get it, doesn't like what he sees, go to a second side DHO or play a third side pick and roll, be a playmaker, offensive rebound. Russ, just the open spacing of it not being a 5-out where you can build a wall straight across the free throw line. The fact that it's a tandem, him getting in transition and being able to explode through the paint, finish, hit guys in the corners for threes. So it's just different elements that's going to suit all of them. And then Bron, again, his ability to defensive rebound and bring it. We have different calls within the early offense that's going to allow him to ISO straight off a defensive rebound. And he's also calling guys in playing 2-man and 3-man games as well. So I think they're getting their hands on it pretty good. And we just got to keep working at it.
How big of an advantage is it to have a guy like Pat Bev on the team who's so skilled at getting under guys' skin and like the ultimate guy who maybe you want to play with but hate playing against?
It's been great. I mean, every team needs that grinder, man. That guy, like he likes to say, that got it out of the mud and didn't have it easy. I can remember being here 10 years ago, about 11 now. But we brought him in. I think he had just finished up playing in Russia, and he had a 2-man workout, and he was the same Pat Bev that you see now. Like, just picking up. We had one-on-one games, picking up full court, turning the guy, getting hits, offensive rebounding on his own shot. Guy shoots it. He's getting a body on him, getting a defensive rebound. Just the way he crawls up into you in terms of pick and roll defense, like. It's just, and he's vocal about it. He knows how to play that mind game without being silly, so to speak. You know what I mean? It's just, he's passionate about what he's saying, and he uses it as motivation for himself and his teammates.
Darvin, after 2 days of practice, what have you learned about yourself as a coach?
I have a lot more patience than I thought I would. I mean, it's been great, and I haven't been a former player myself. I just try to and learn from some great coaches. Both played for and coached with and coached for. It's just, you got to be patient. You got to let things materialize. You can't stop every mistake you see. You got to use the breaks that's built in within practice to pull a guy to the side, pull a few guys to the side, and let them know what you're seeing and what's going wrong and how to correct it. But just allowing them to flow and make mistakes on the fly and see how they respond and react to making a certain mistake. And the way you know that they're picking up what you're throwing at them is that when they do make a mistake, they recognize it immediately. And a lot of that has been happening. And today, I mean, we played some lengthy scrimmages, and they were moving up. The spacing was great. The guys were running their routes properly, and it was great. But I'm having a lot of fun. Just being in the midst of greatness with 3 first ballot Hall of Famers, having a Hall of Famer is one of my best friends in the building, and just the environment, the energy within the environment has been awesome.
Has anyone stood out from a shooting perspective? Is someone that you're confident with the additional spacing now?
I mean, Bron has shot it well. Russ shot it well yesterday. Our rookie, we have a really, really good rookie, Max Christie, shooting the ball well. We can't wait to get these other guys in the fold. Pat Bev has shot it well. Kendrick Nunn, Scottie Pippen Jr. has been amazing. So it's been it's been fun to watch. Different guys emerge in different ways.
Just kind of a housekeeping thing. So no Troy today again.
No, the injuries are the same as yesterday.
Same, guys.
Yeah.
Any update on Dennis?
Not as we know of yet. We're still working hard behind the scenes to get him in the fold with the rest of the guys.
Is he participating in any sessions or have any ability to communicate with?
Yeah, he has his coaches over there that we communicate with, and you know, he's doing the best he can to stay in rhythm and to stay in shape, and you know, but it's nothing like NBA basketball being in an NBA setting. So once he gets here, you know, we'll be able to throw him right into the deep end of the pool and see how he responds. But Dennis is a high level player, super duper competitor, and takes great care of himself. So it should be a quick turnaround with him getting in the rhythm.
Got to get him here before Oktoberfest.
I know.